Good evening, and welcome to World in 5, your trusted source for comprehensive coverage of today's most pressing events, delivered with accuracy, integrity, and insight.
2 days after an Israeli military operation in the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza rescued 4 hostages held by Hamas, new details have emerged about one of the most dramatic and deadly events since the war began. According to Gaza health officials, the operation resulted in the deaths of over 270 Palestinians. Shall be reporting on this.
The daytime rescue mission, which had been planned for weeks, took militants by surprise in a densely populated civilian area. The hostages were being held in 2 separate buildings. Eyewitnesses and videos analyzed by CNN indicate that Israeli forces used non-military vehicles, including a white Mercedes van, to carry out the operation. Eyewitnesses also reported seeing Israeli forces in disguise, dressed either as Hamas fighters or civilians. They were dressed in military uniforms like resistance fighters, carrying helmets and wearing signs of the Hamas resistance, giving the impression to people that they were resistance fighters, but in reality, they were an Israeli Special Forces unit, said Khalil al-Tarawi, a local resident. Back to you, John.
Thanks for that update.
The Iranian Election Committee has approved a slate of mostly hardline candidates to run in the presidential election on June 28, following the helicopter crash that killed President Ibrahim Raisi and other officials last month. We have Anthony reporting on this.
Out of an initial pool of 80 candidates, only 6 were approved through the vetting process conducted by Iran's Guardian Council, a powerful 12-member body responsible for overseeing elections and legislation. Notably, none of the 4 women initially listed were approved. The approved candidates include hardline Parliament Speaker and former Revolutionary Guards Commander Mohammad Baker Khalibaf and Saeed Jalili, ex-chief nuclear negotiator and former head of the Supreme National Security Council, Iran's top security body. Intense competition is expected between Khalibaf and Jalili, both of whom supported Raisi in the 2021 presidential election. Khalibaf and Jalili are on competing conservative polls and are unlikely to withdraw in favor of the other, wrote Sina Tusi, a DC-based Iran analyst and senior fellow at the Center for International Policy, in a post on X. The list also includes Amir Hossein Ghazizadeh Hashemi, Ali Reza Zakhani, and Mustafa Pour Muhammad, all of whom are also hardliners. Back to you, Bella.
Thanks for that update.
A Dutch warship encountered harassment by Chinese military aircraft in the East China Sea on Friday, according to the Netherlands, marking the latest instance of potentially unsafe encounters initiated by Beijing's forces in international waters. We have Jensen reporting on this.
The Dutch Defense Ministry reported that 2 Chinese fighter jets repeatedly circled the frigate Hilms Tromp, while its Marine Patrol helicopter was approached by 2 Chinese warplanes and a helicopter during a patrol. The Tromp was operating in the East China Sea as part of a multinational coalition enforcing United Nations sanctions on North Korea, known as the Pacific Security Maritime Exchange, PSMX, according to the European Union. Since 2006, the UN Security Council has passed multiple resolutions imposing sanctions on North Korea due to its nuclear weapons program. The PSNX includes partner nations such as Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, South Korea, the United Kingdom, and the United States, according to the U.S. State Department. Prior to its patrol in the East China Sea, the Dutch frigate had made a port call in Busan, South Korea, where it conducted exercises with the South Korean Navy, as noted in the EU statement. The Hilms Tromp joins a growing list of vessels and aircraft that have accused China's People's Liberation Army of engaging in possibly unsafe maneuvers in the East and South China Seas and beyond in recent years. Last month, Australia accused a Chinese fighter jet of firing flares into the path of a naval helicopter operating from the destroyer HMAS Hobart over international waters in the Yellow Sea. The Hobart was also involved in enforcing UN sanctions on North Korea. Back to you, John.
Thanks for that update. Microsoft and Google have announced plans to offer free or discounted cybersecurity services to rural hospitals across the United States in an effort to enhance their resilience against cyber attacks, which have disrupted patient care and posed threats to lives. The White House, along with these tech companies, revealed the initiative on Monday. We have Jordan reporting on this.
Microsoft stated that it will provide eligible rural hospitals with free security updates, along with conducting security assessments and providing training for hospital staff. Meanwhile, Google will offer free cybersecurity guidance to rural hospitals and initiate a pilot program aimed at aligning the firm's cybersecurity services with the specific needs of rural hospitals. The approximately 1,800 rural community hospitals in the nation are particularly vulnerable to harmful ransomware attacks due to their limited IT security resources and lack of cybersecurity trained personnel. Moreover, as these hospitals may be the sole medical facilities within a considerable radius, a ransomware attack preventing them from accepting ambulances can significantly endanger patients' lives. Back to you, John.
Thanks for that update. Thanks for tuning in to World in 5 for your daily dose of news and updates. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on breaking stories and insightful analysis.